Hey there everybody, thanks for tuning in. You're watching Dirt Bike Channel. I'm your host Kyle Brotherson, and today we're gonna weigh the 2020 Beta 200RR. Stick around. So if you've watched a number of these videos, you'll know that the only thing I do to a bike when I get it like this is fill it full of fuel and then put it on the scale exactly how it comes to you. This bike already has a skid plate installed. These are actually the wheels off of a 390 that I just did, so it has tubeless installed. But in my experience, tubeless is the same weight as a tube system. It's a little bit lighter. The tubeless system is a little bit lighter than a heavy duty tube. But as far as just the regular tubes on the scales that I've done them, the tubeless and regular tubes are the same amount there because you're dropping a rim lock out of the tire and it all kind of adds out it comes out in the wash. This bike has a Dirt Bike Channel bar pad, so I swapped it for the stock one, but there's no difference in weight there. So it's full of fuel. It does not come with hand guards. This 2020 Beta, at least it didn't, the one they sent me, it does have a skid plate. So before I go ahead and put a couple of protective parts on there, like a rear disc guard and stuff, I'm gonna weigh the bike and see how much it weighs. Okay, so the results are in. Again, this is the same commercial shipping scale that I've used every time I've done this. I fill the tanks full of fuel. This has a full oil reservoir, which is 650 cc's of oil, and the bike comes in at 241 pounds. It's not a super light bike for what we'd expect. It's 109.4 kilograms, this bike, and I'm a little surprised that it's not a little bit lighter. Although, if I compare it to some of the other bikes like the Beta, so I just had a Beta 390 in here, and that bike was 259 pounds. So this two-stroke is 18 pounds lighter than its four-stroke big brother, which is cool. If I compare it also to the 2017 Beta 300RR that I had in here, that bike was 251.5 pounds. So this is about 10 and a half pounds lighter than that bike. But it's not an exceptionally light bike. I mean, if I compare this, the one that I can compare this most apples to apples to would be the 2017 KTM 150 XCW that I had run through here, which was 226 pounds, which makes the 2017 KTM 15 pounds lighter than this bike. Now I know this bike has oil injection, but that's really all it has that the KTM didn't have. And this doesn't have handguards, and that KTM did. So being 15 pounds heavier than the KTM, again, weight on the scale is just one of the things, but these bikes are built well. This isn't built light. So it's a decently light bike, but it's not like a crazy light bike. As far as fuel, it has a 2.6 gallon tank, so they didn't scrimp there. I love that. So I love that we're not leaving some fuel off of the bike, because I think 2.6 gallons is kind of like the perfect magic number for these things. So I haven't ridden it yet. I don't know how it's going to perform. I've been waiting for my pinky to be healed up because I broke that about a month ago. So I'm going to start riding this bike maybe this week or even next week and just kind of see what I think of it. I'm pretty excited for that. I've just kind of been playing around a little bit with the carburetor, took the carburetor apart to see what jets were in there. And I'm doing a couple other things to get the bike ready to be ridden. But it's an exciting bike. I love the styling on this thing. So I expect this bike to feel lighter when I'm riding it than it actually looks on the scale. That's what I expect to see based on my experience with some of these smaller bore two-stroke. So should be a really fun bike to ride. A little surprised about how heavy she is, but then again, the other Betas have been a little bit on the heavier side if you compare them to the Austrian-made bikes. These fit more along the lines of the Japanese bikes. So that's what this bike weighs, and we are going to start riding it very soon. Hey, if you like these videos, remember to subscribe to the channel and click the ringing bell so that you're notified when these videos come out. Please do that. Not enough of you guys, I don't think, have the notifications turned on, so please do that. Also know that within a very short time, I will be selling shirts like this and many other things. October 15th of 2019, I will start a sweepstakes for 2 different dirt bikes. I will be giving away a 2020 KTM and a 2019 KTM. This one I can't give away because it's not mine. Beta loaned this bike to me, which is super awesome. Beta is an awesome company for doing that. It's the third time they've done it. They did it with the 2017 300. They did it with the 2019 390 RR, and now they've done it with this bike. And so this should be a pleasure to start riding and get to know it. So that's what I've got for you today, guys. And we'll see you in the next video.